my day. You made my day finally.
Oh, did I?
Back to bring the laws of power to the podcast. Bring
Why,
some
yes. Why, yes, my
value.
friend. I just wanted to bring it up because I've been very interested in the subject. Because I recently bought this book right here, which is the. I'm not sure you can see it though, but it's the 48 Laws in practice. Okay, and yeah, one of them talks specifically about courtierships. You know how the whole world, as we see it, is a stage, and the courtiers are typically the ones who have the most power of that court, even more power than the king. So, are you at all familiar with the 48 laws of power?
Yeah, I have the book, but I haven't read the court. I haven't read that part.
Mm,
So,
I see.
but
Well,
I have
like,
the book. Let me
okay.
see. Yeah, where's that? Looking at my bookshelf. Ah, oh, it's right here. Yeah, there it is, right here. It's right here.
Hey, there it is. Looks fairly brand new, bro. You barely been reading it. You just got it.
Yeah,
Oh shit. Goodwill. You found that at Goodwill?
yeah.
What the heck? Jeez. Whoever gave that up must have been really dumb. Cause, cause homie, those are the rules of the game, bro. How far have you gotten in that book anyway?
And I've only gotten. I've only gone. I'm in the middle of Law 2, and then I just skim around, but
Mm,
I haven't read this cover to cover.
okay then.
I just look at the laws. I'm like, oh, interesting. I read the whole, like, all the contents,
Uh huh.
the little summaries it gives, but I didn't go deeper into them.
I see. So you've at least read the interpretations and the keys of power at the end of the chapter, right? Because that's where the real practical advice is.
The last law, Law 48.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about in every chapter. There's a there they have a story, and then an observation of power, and then have an interpretation of that story, which to basically gives you points in
Right.
power, and then keys to power that tells more of a general sense of the law. Yeah, it's in every chapter.
Yeah, it's
Really?
at the end, huh? Yeah, it's like reversal.
Yeah, that's
No,
the
right.
adverse effect of the law, where sometimes is applicable, other times is not. Sometimes sometimes better to do the law, sometimes better not to. And and again, it mentioned in this book too, of the 48 laws of power in practice,
Hmm.
is that these laws are meant to be seen and used as not as blunt objects to go through every situation, but they're more likely to be used with the precision of a surgical knife, because the laws are very context sensitive. Yeah, but what do you think of it so far, man? Like, what have you thought about the 48 laws of power?
Well, I think it's too much hype. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of laws you could apply, but some like I guess you can't. I don't know. I mean, you could, but it's gonna take a lot to apply every law in your life. But I feel like just you know get a few you think are applicable. Like the first one, never I was trying to master, because then I guess that one will make the other person feel like insecure, like the ones that feel superior, like the mentors or the coaches, right? That
The managers, the bosses, the superiors, people in positions above you. It's best not to
Yes.
make them insecure. It's best that you don't make them insecure.
Yeah. 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 Like that one, and yeah, there's I don't know about the rest, but I feel like, and it's a bit Machiavellian. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh yeah. Definitely. Yes.
yeah. So there's some that, but it's ruthless, but some that can actually help. Like it makes sense. Like say less, like don't say more than necessary. One of the laws. Another one I think is like study your opponent, or get a spy, someone to spy your opponent or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was use yeah, use spies essentially. I think like oh no pose as a friend but act as a spy. That's what it
Oh,
was. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Just to gather
Although
intel on somebody.
yeah, 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 like competition or something like that. I mean, I'm gonna charge. Wait, I'm gonna charge my
Okay.
laptop real quick.
Go ahead.
Charge this real quick, because if I don't, the podcast is gonna die out. Oh,
Hold
okay.
on.
I guess I'll put this shirt on too.
Stupid.
All right, Frank. Keep. Oh, turn it on. But yeah, there's
Oh, welcome back. You actually got a shirt on this time too.
yeah, yeah. I just change it up for the
So
recording.
yeah. Uh honestly I bring up this book because I'm very much into this book and you're right. It is very Machiavellian. Very much so. Because it involves a lot of cunning and it's some of it does involve deception. Which actually I think transitions us to the subject of this call right now, Alexis, which is to play the perfect courtier. However, though, before we get a much more deeper subject into this, where on the earth is Brian? Where is he?
Yes, yes. The French, my French friend, our French friend. Where's that guy?
Yeah, the French friend. Where is he, man? Yeah, or what about Edgar? Or like
Yeah,
David? I haven't seen him in a while.
yeah. I'll text David right now, and I'm gonna text Brian. I'm gonna follow up with them.
Yeah.
You know, since you're in sales, so I gotta like, okay, I gotta follow up with these people.
Yep, a
Man,
callback.
man, did you win another giveaway, or that was the only? I think you told me
Um,
a while back, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, you won like
yeah, 4K.
yeah 4K. I was like, damn.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
see,
you still?
yeah, see. Nice.
All right, folks. See, a career in sales pays off.
This is what the laws of power get you. This right here. Just like how fucking Tony Montana said in Scarface. In this country, first you get the money. Then you get the power. And then you get the women. That's why you gotta make your own moves. However, though, Alexis, I would love to have a much more engaging conversation with our other friends as well
Yeah, yeah,
to get their
yeah.
opinion on this.
3 or 4 people. You know what? I'm also gonna try to get someone else too. Like, and you already know this person too. You know
Do
this
I?
person.
Do I? In what sense?
In what sense?
In what sense do I know this individual that you speak of?
Let me see. What kind of hints can I give you?
Who is
He's
this
a
person?
ambitious young man who is into real estate.
I think I know who you're talking about. And if you can bring him on, that'd be great. I'd like to get his opinion on this too.
Yeah, let me see. Let me send out the Google link as well. Okay. I
Yeah.
just texted Brian. I just texted David and Edgar. Edgar said he was feel so bad, out of order, love my ass off. I swear to you all, I was ready now. I keep missing it, damn it.
Yeah. He might be busy right now. See
Yeah.
you too.
Plus, he's in a different time zone.
Yeah, in a whole different time zone.
Let's see.
Yeah, bro. And look, see, sales fucking pays off. Here, let me show you something. This right here is one of my homies, my coworkers that I work with. He won a contest too. And see, look at that, $1,000, bro. Fucking sales, homie. I think it's like 2 G's right there.
2 G's.
2 G's. 2 G's, bro.
Wow.
This is why.
Congrats, man.
Thank you. This is why we talked about the laws of power, my friend. Because although the laws can be used to manipulate and are very Machiavellian, and in the wrong hands can cause great destruction, they can also inform many on the power plays that are being used against them. And they're able to not necessarily manipulate, more like sway an individual to do what you want, to do your bidding. You know, because in this book right here, to put the 48 laws in practice, it talks about, like, one of the underlying principles in the books is that the most powerful form of power is seduction, to seduce somebody. And really the best kind of seduction is one that's reciprocal on both ends, you know? It's a dance, an exchanging energies to create something new. And in sales, that's what I do every day. You know, I'm talking to completely brand new strangers. They know nothing about me, but yet they're willing to trust me enough to even fucking let me into their homes, just help them out, be of service to them, take me to their backyard, tell me everything about their life story, all of that.
Wow.
Okay? Because, I mean, in a way, I kind of seduced them because they wanted to be seduced. Those who didn't want to be seduced, they already slammed the door in my face. So, it's going to be a very interesting book, man, when you finish it. Because, I've heard around, too, other things online that's considered immoral and a bit wrong. Do you think of it this way? Do you agree with that, or what are your views on that?
Good question, Frank. And before I answer that question, do you, when you go out knocking on doors, do you follow up on those same people if they don't answer, or you just leave them alone?
Well, if they don't answer, we never talk. I never meet them. But there have been times in which I would talk to an individual to be like, I'm not looking to get anything done right now, but if you call me back next week or next month, you know, we can do something. And that's when I collect their info, their phone number, and call them at a later date to see if I can set something up. And most of the time, it doesn't really end up well. Doesn't work out. You know, sometimes I just remember there was this one woman. I went to her home and she was like literally about to leave, and she was like, "I can't talk right now, but here I can give you my phone number and just call me tomorrow." And I was like, "All right, cool." So I collected her information because she wanted work done, and so I called her the next day and she's like, "Oh, can't talk now. Call me next week." I'm like, "All right, cool." Called again next week. And I was like, "Oh, okay. no, we can't do right now, but you know what? Just call me again the next 2 weeks. I'm like, all right, fine. But then like after a while, it just kind of like peters off, and they just stop replying. They just stop answering. So
I'm getting those too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like they're interested, and then you follow up, and we give them our price too. Like well, let's say for a panel change, right? Want to change out their like 125 amp panel to a bigger panel? We give them a quote. Let's say 1.5K, for example, and like okay, and then when do you guys like? How long is it gonna take you guys? We're like 2 days, 3 days, and they're like okay. They don't follow up, and then I don't follow up, and I just wait until I guess they reply back. But I guess I should text them back like, hey, what's going? Hey, how are you guys doing? Something simple. See what they say. So it's
yeah,
not just lost. Yeah, that little
yeah.
because we go out there too, like because like we get leads through another guy through his contractor, and that contractor works with like another construction company, and I see how they get leads. Like they have an online presence. I don't know if they knock on doors. I'm not maybe, but I'm not sure if they do. I also seen people they work with like realtors, and they get leads through there in exchange.
Mhm.
I guess they give them money or gifts or something like that. Um, but yeah, and word of mouth too. If you do a good job, then of course they're gonna
Mhm.
refer your service to other people.
Yeah, of
But
course. How have you been acquiring your leads then?
right now, just word of mouth, and we work through contractors basically. So we're like we're subcontractors working on other like this one guy we work for. He gets leads to the company to construction company he works with. Like they give him the leads, and then he subs it out to us. So
Mm,
he gives his price, and then we give our price to him, and that's how we work together with someone. So that's how we get leads right now. I did get leads through like I was advertising on Yelp, but I stopped because it didn't really work out. Good thing though, I got my money back on that advertisement through my bank. I spent
mhm.
a good amount of money, like almost $500 on
Oh,
Yelp advertising. Uh-huh. And
yeah.
I out of all those times, I only got maybe three people I went to visit, or two, three or two,
Mm,
and but didn't really convert into a sale.
mhm.
So I was like, yeah, this is not working. But of course, if you build your Yelp profile and stuff, and organically over time, it can work. Um,
Yeah.
so I did go door knocking just only on one day. That one day you told me to go door knocking, I went door knocking.
Okay. How'd it go?
Yeah. It was chill. I mean, I gave my card to two people, and they're like, "Oh, okay, thanks." And then the other guy was like, "Yeah, I don't need it right now, but I'll get your card." And then I just knocked on two doors, and that was it that one day. But
Oh man, just
it was
two.
yeah, just two that day. I do want to do more, but at the moment, well, just for the experience, we don't right now. We don't need the leads, but
Okay.
um, it does sound like fun though, and it gets me out of my comfort zone, knocking on doors.
Oh yeah, totally. Um,
And
it can be fun, especially if you just somewhat tolerate talking to people, because it's just having a conversation, really, at the end of the day. And how hard is that, really? Because really, that's what I feel like I'm doing most of the time. Is that I'm just talking to them, just a conversation, and I go with the intention of how can I help you. So, and most of the time, man, you give them a card. The card is only really there just to just to see how professional you are, to see if you're actually legit and not like some random dude just walking somebody's door. Yeah, but other than that, man, I mean, two doors is really not that much. you're not really gonna see much of anything really until like 30 to 40 doors afterwards. Um, do they have to be homeowners or renters or doesn't matter?
It can be. I've noticed that renters we have to go to the landlord, but usually we prefer homeowners. But sometimes renters, can also get our services too if it's like minor stuff or if they get permission from their like I said, landlord or
Okay.
HOA first.
Mm, I see.
Yeah.
And you're able to work on any type of residential and commercial housing, or
Y-
or is there very specific niches that you operate in?
Good question. No, houses, commercial, like offices,
Mm.
casinos in the stores. Actually, yeah, we have one on we got June 17th. We got to finish. It's in the Venetian Casino. This store called Karma and Luck. It's like this little jewelry, fashion store, and it's a we gotta get that done like in 2 weeks. Setting up new lights for them and new outlets and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, my father, he's done like big warehouses before, like Amazon. He's helped like he had his own
Oh,
crew and he's helped like set up the lights, the conveyor belts, all the electrical, man. A lot of like, before you even put the building, you gotta have to put underground piping and heavy cable below because I'm not sure where it goes to the panel. I'm not sure exactly where it goes, but they have to put that stuff there so that electricity can flow throughout the warehouse and stuff like that.
mm.
So I'm sure I don't know if you noticed, but the warehouse there's a lot of electrical panels. I don't know if you ever noticed that,
Uh,
like those
I'm
gray
sure they
panel
have.
boxes.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. I've never seen them out and about, but I would imagine there'd be a lot.
Yeah, yeah. There's when I used to also work at Amazon. I would see these like big electrical panel boxes there and piping up all the way to the ceilings, leading to I don't know, but it leads to somewhere where they get the power from and stuff like that. So yeah, and those jobs, man. If you actually get one of those like big ass warehouses, that's like a more than $1 million job right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
you
million
gotta hire
dollar.
the people, of course, the employees, but it's man, it's a good deal if you can get one of those contracts signed.
That's a whole lot of money.
Houses, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like houses, like it's more frequent. Like there's more leads. I noticed housing, so it's simpler to get. But for commercial warehouses, it's more difficult because um like you have to do the math, the estimating, and the timeline too. And it's not just you, electrical. You have to wait for other people, the framers, the painters, the plumbing, AC, like all of them working for the actual whoever owns the building, whoever owns the warehouse, right? So, um, yeah, it's just it's more stuff to include like in the contract and stuff like that than like a house. It's more simpler. Um, yeah, there's many ways too, like collaborating. Like I haven't done this, but there's ways to, like maybe you work like I said, realtors. Like we sometimes get referrals from realtors, but like two like it's most two realtors we work with at the moment. But it's like once in a while, it's not like a weekly thing. So it's mostly our like I said, like our leads come from the companies like I guess online presence because they have a Yelp, they have a Facebook, Instagram, and word of mouth. I'm not sure how else they get leads. That's good. I never really asked the company or project managers how they get leads.
Mm.
I don't know if they go to events or they join the Chamber of Commerce. You know,
Could be, could be. Yeah, you just go there. You just do the work. It's like I just work here.
yeah,
Uh, And
Yeah,
you
exactly.
and you what do you do? You just fix the electrical box in people's homes, right? Like if they're having electrical problems, you come in, go check it out, fix it up.
That's one, yeah, but we mostly do, yeah, that remodeling, kitchen remodeling, bathroom, or installing new recess lighting. They want some more lights in their house.
Remodeling, you
Uh,
say?
yeah.
I do remodeling. What remodeling you be doing?
Oh, see, there's a lot of money in remodeling, then. It's in demand.
Yep.
It's
Mm-hmm. Wait, so do you do like full kitchen remodels, or do you just like focus on the electrical aspect of the kitchens, like the lightings and the fixtures and all that?
we focus on electrical, but I've seen, man, like lots of kitchen remodeling that I can probably map out like what to do and stuff, but doing the work is differently. But yeah, I've seen it from like demoed everywhere. They took out the cabinets. It's all just tile two out, just concrete on the floor, to like brand new tile, brand new pony wall, brand new island with the granite stone, the sink, the white cabinets, for example, the pendant lighting on top. That's what we do. Um, New outlets, right? Updated outlets, updated wall plates, um, and possibly new hood too, new oven.
Damn,
So
brand new.
backsplash too on the kitchen, right? You got the little square tiles. So I've seen it from start to finish. So it's interesting to see because then now and like those cost a lot of money. Like I asked the homeowner, "Hey, so how much does this cost you?" He told me 100,000. I'm like, what the? Yeah.
Jeez, a hundred
I
thousand
think,
dollars for a full kitchen remodel?
yeah, yeah, that's what he told me with the materials and labor and I guess the contractor's profit margin or yeah, their profit
Mm,
margin. So, so
damn.
and then paying us too, paying the workers. Yeah,
Man.
I'm not sure how much they wanted each job. I never asked them, but it's you
Mm,
know it's that's why I asked the homeowners see what
yeah.
because then you see them a lot. You see them like at least 5 times. Can you come back? Because you have to wait. It's a process. You know, once
Mhm.
you can we leave our wires out. Let's say we're going to have new 6 new lights in the kitchen. Okay, we put our wires in, and then we have to come back and wait because they have to paint the drywall, right? Texture it
Uh-huh.
and stuff. And then we come back and let's say, okay, now we can make our holes in the drywall exactly 6 inch recess light is exactly 6 inches. So once we cut the hole, we take the wire out. Then we have our little light box and the actual light fixture. And the light box is where we put our cable in the box. So our black, white, and green, for example, put it in the box. Okay. Set the color setting, whether it's white, yellow. Okay, you want white? Okay, boom, make it white, like hospital white. Some people like that kind of white, but they want to see, especially older people. Yeah, they want to see more. So you put it there, and then the light fixture fits exactly in the wall. There's no holes. It's all just the light fixture. It looks clean. And that's what we do.
Mhm.
So we visit the homeowner more than once at least, and then I guess some of them are cool. Some of them just want to get the work done. They don't talk. Just depends on their personality.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've also gotten their phone numbers too of homeowners, and they wanted some side work done. Like, oh hey, can you help me install a ceiling fan? I tried to install it myself, but I couldn't do it. Okay, cool. Takes us like an hour and a half or so, and then we get paid $100, for example. Um, so it's,
That's cool.
it's
Um, have you ever considered doing like other aspects around the home, like maybe picking up a trade as a plumber, or even tile work, or you yourself doing the stucco or the drywalling? Have you considered of picking up these trades and possibly being a one-stop shop for all types of home remodeling projects. There's lots of money
I've
to be
thought
made.
about it, yeah, because yeah, I could start. Yeah, I've thought about it. Pick up those other trades, learn it, and then model what they're doing, and try to see if I can apply that as well. I just, I need practice, but I don't know. I focus just on electrical, but I thought about painting because I saw, 2 days ago, I saw this lady. She's in her 40s, and I saw her painting the stucco outside.
Mm.
And I was like, I asked her, I was like, oh, snap. Well, maybe, that's cool seeing the women out here working. She's like, yeah, I used to work in the office, but I didn't like it no more. So now, I do this now
Wow,
and I make more money doing that than at my office job. Like, that's cool. That's,
damn.
good for you. Um, so yeah, I have thought about it, but just didn't really, apply it. Um, because yeah, I noticed how they do it. Like, I noticed the main guy, like the contractor, he has his license and he just hires like other people to do the work for him, like subbing out the work, like the cabinetry, the electrical, like us, the plumbing. So,
Hmm.
and I noticed like, for me, like, I'm not so like, I'm handy, but not super handy. I need, more practice. But the guy, I don't ever see like the owner like come to the workspace and him working, actually, doing the labor work. Um, of course, he checks on the job site and stuff, make sure everything's running smoothly, everything's going according to plan. The customer seems happy and stuff, but yeah, he's mostly like behind the scenes type of work, like, and getting more leads. But I realized too, like, I could apply to my own home too, or someday, or like, yeah, like seeing what they do, I can apply it to my own life. It's like outsourcing, to different people, but making sure that I have enough budget, asking people for the right amount of money, right? Because if that guy paid 100K to have his kitchen remodel, then shoot, then why not? Why not me? Why not you, right?
That's right.
Like,
That's right. He's got the money to pay for it. Shit, he was able to make that money to make that kitchen remodel. But but yeah, Alexis, because I think it all depends on whether or not you genuinely enjoy doing it. Because yeah, because I approach a lot of doors in which I speak to several retired contractors, and their homes are beautiful. I mean, just absolutely stunning, beautiful. Like they just pop out. You know what I mean? In a neighborhood, you're able to pinpoint it. Like they look that good. And in a sense, contracting work, like proper bricklaying work, proper house making work, it's an art. It's an art form. And I think that if you want to genuinely pursue other trades too, and kind of like mix them all up, yeah, you'll make money out of it, but it all depends on what are you creating? Like, what is the art that you're making, that you're putting out there in the world? I think that's got to be a big factor of it too. Like, if you genuinely enjoy it too, you know, on a deep level, because otherwise, I mean, if not, shoot, why don't you be the big contractor and pay the other guys to do the work instead of you doing the work yourself? Because you said that earlier, and funny that you mentioned that actually is a law of power. Matter of fact. Yeah,
oh,
to bring it back into this, because oh shit, because yeah, there was a story there about getting others to do the work for you. I think it was a story about Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla. Now Edison was not nearly as smart as Tesla. But Tesla, very intelligent young man, but he wasn't a businessman. Edison was. Edison was a businessman, and he died rich Tesla died poor. And the reason was is that Edison, he banked off the ideas off of other people. Certain patents, technology that Tesla or other engineers have made. He would use those, patent those, and sell them. And he would take all the credit. He'd be like, hey, me, Thomas Edison, I made this, I developed this, I built this, and I shipped it out there. Even though he's got like a factory behind him that's producing it all the workers there and the designers, they designed it, they built it, they produced it. He's just a name, and he got all the credit for it. So
Yeah. Oh shoot. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that too. Like, get others to, yeah, doing the work for you. You're like at the last like moment, the people will see you as the brand. Like you'll be the one that has the final say in your reputation. The other people, they put in their ideas, their sweat and tears and work into it. But if you're, what's it called, the leader, or not the leader, but the head guy that tells them what to do, and they'll see you as the main brand there, not them. They'll be forgotten, not to put in a bad way, but you know
uh,
they're not
hey,
going to be
well,
remembered.
that's true. The big guy, he will be remembered, but not the work of the small men, of the small guys.
Like, of course they'll get paid, because if you don't pay them, then they're not going to do the work. They're like, but
Mm-hmm. And because it's always wise to be weary about things like these too, and to be watchful, because there's always gonna be hyenas and vultures lurking around to want to steal your prey, take from your kill, and take from the work that you've put in, instead of them having to go out and do it themselves. Happens all the time in nature. Even here with us humans, as civilized as we are, we are still animals, and we still act the same. And so it's good to take this law into account and to understand that there are lots of lazy, ungrateful people who will take from you and who will not be apologetic about it.
damn.
It's always good to watch out with this. Uh,
Reading the red flags, or this is a book too. I need to read that. It's actually happened to me too, Frank. Yeah, recently, but
what
yeah,
happened?
like one of my aunts, so from Mexico. Because the call we were on with Brian, I was actually
Mm-hmm.
in Mexico.
Mm. Oh, I remember. Yeah, with the when you were inside the blinds, right? Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I was in Puerto Morelos, like close to Cancun,
Mm-hmm.
Mexico. And so one of my aunts, she made these like faces. I don't know. I guess she felt uncomfortable. She made these like attitude faces, and my mom asked her, "Hey, what's wrong?" And she didn't. Oh, nothing, nothing. And then she just kept quiet. But I didn't read the signs,
Can
and then
you can you show me the faces she made?
she had like she rolled her eyes, like, let me see. She rolled her eyes.
She rolled her head too, or just the eyes?
Just her eyes. Just her eyes.
Or like she's over it, like ugh,
Yeah, like
like ugh,
it's
whatever.
supposed to be like yeah, like whatever,
Ugh, kind of like disgust a bit, kind of like that.
Kinda, yeah, kinda, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. That type of face, and we were, it was cool, and we give her, money to buy food, or um, when we got to restaurants, we would we would try to buy. It was 10 of us, right? We would pay, and even then, she made those faces, and I was like, all the time, I didn't think nothing much of it. It's like, oh, whatever. And then, but then the last day where we we're gonna leave. So we were at this Airbnb. It was a 2-story house and like a condo. Yeah, like a condo.
Mhm.
Because upstairs is like 4 rooms basically. It's really close. But anyway, my mom was upstairs and she went upstairs and then they started talking. Then my mom went to the restroom and then my aunt saw her purse and she took her pace like she took my mom's pesos in her purse, which is about like 150 bucks USD. Um, and so we didn't know about it till we got to the airport and we were like leaving. uh, Like, oh, what? Like, we were surprised because my mom was telling me how she had her envelope there because she had both of our envelopes with cash in there from
Mhm.
pesos, and mine had more because I spent less. I think I had
Mm.
like $470 in dollars,
Mm.
and so yeah,
It was
she
like it
was
was like your budget, right? For each of you
yeah
two, like
yeah
how
yeah
much you guys
budget
were gonna spend for the trip,
yeah yes yeah like
and
basically.
your aunt stole your mom's envelope, and she somehow knew that the envelope had money in it.
Yeah, she must have known, yeah, because the envelope was open, it wasn't closed. Like
Oh, okay.
imagine, it was like a little chase uh envelope, and inside, like it was visible. Like if you grab the envelope, it's like you can open it and you see like pesos in there.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see money in there.
And are
And
you
so
certain that she stole it?
the thing is, like we always had it in there in that purse. We always had it, and I thought about it too. Like, did she really steal it? Did we leave it anywhere else? Because but we always left it in her purse, and that same day we took out the money on that table and we were counting our pesos, how much money we have left and stuff, and then once we were done we put that back into the envelope and then put it back inside my mom's purse that same day. And then 2 hours later, because my aunt, and she was gonna drop, because she lives there, she lives in Cancun, my aunt,
Mhm.
she she and her husband was driving the rest of my family back to the airport because they live in Mexico City, which is about like an hour and a half on plane, give or take. And so they're gonna drop them off and then come back there to our place, but their plane got canceled for that time, and so they all came back. And then that's where I opened the door for them and was talking with them, and then my aunt went upstairs, um, because yeah, I don't want to think she stole it, but I can't really think how we lost the money because it was there that same day. We counted it. Then 2 hours later, she went upstairs, and when we got to the airport, it wasn't there no more. Like the
Mhm.
trunk. Um,
But you still have a strong suspicion that she did take it mainly because she just has a bad attitude, right?
like like I didn't think she would steal it though. Yeah, yeah. Well, looking like studying now what I saw, and in the moment, I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, oh, I didn't think that didn't cross my mind that they were going to steal anything just because she had a bad attitude. Like, oh, she'll probably just get over it. But then I guess it led to that. And so now it leads me to like, okay, I need to either like when they make those faces, ask them, hey, so what's up? What's going on? Ask them why 4 times. I listened to a video by Jim Rohn. He's like, to be a great communicator, you got to ask people, even if they don't feel like it, ask them like 4 times, like, what's going on? Because they're not going to tell you because there hasn't been enough trust built into that conversation yet, is what he was saying. And
Really?
leads me to
J-
that one book called Crucial Conversations. You might have heard that. Have you read
no,
that book?
I haven't
No?
heard that. But who wrote it?
I don't know, but it's a good book that Patrick McDavid recommended.
Okay,
It's
interesting.
yeah, I think we should all read that
Yeah.
book, but
Crucial conversations.
yeah, yeah, you'll find it, yeah, on Google.
All right, for sure. But yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
very very interesting, man. Because Has your aunt ever displayed traits or signs in the past about anything that is dubious, deceitful, lying, manipulative, even selfish? Anything at all like that?
So this aunt is on my dad's side, and the first time I met her was back in December. So I have never had any contact with her until December when I went to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so this is like my second time visiting her. The first time, no, I didn't have any like traits of her being deceitful or manipulative. Any her actions didn't tell. Well, there was one thing though that she did say like she doesn't talk to her daughter at all. Like she has one daughter. Her daughter's like in her 20s, in the mid 20s, and she doesn't know where she lives. She doesn't keep in
Whoa.
contact with her.
Whoa. That's something big, man. And while she was describing this, but she had all just like, nah, nah, I just don't talk to her. Or she like, "Ah, I haven't talked to her in so long. I don't even know where she is. Like, what was the attitude she was giving off when she told you?
It was kind of, and by the way, also I was like listening to their conversation, so it was like a group of us, but like my other half sister. But the way she said it, she was like, "Oh yeah, I don't even talk to her." Like,
Okay, nonchalantly, just like,
yeah, like
whatever.
yeah, like whatever, huh? And she had like her tone too, like when she said, "I don't know where she lives," like her tone was kind of, I don't know, irritated, or I don't know, kind of
Hmm.
angry. Yeah, it didn't sound positive to me. Her tone
I
when she
see.
said that sentence.
I see.
So
I
at
see.
that, uh-huh.
So it means that the daughter left on, meaning your aunt pushed her daughter away. That's what it meant. That's what it means. The daughter run
Yeah,
away. And I'm guessing mainly
yeah,
because of her, mainly because of the aunt.
yeah. I didn't ask her why. I mean, those are like tough conversations, but
Yeah, of
you know,
course, and tough questions to ask too. That they definitely
yeah,
don't want to answer.
although it would help knowing more insight, like, and then knowing how that person is, like, yeah, tough questions to ask, but then you learn more about them, and if you know, then you learn more how to read people better. But yeah, those are tough questions.
Mm, okay.
Oh, I was gonna say, and but she was cool. Like, but after that, like, she was cool with me. Like,
Hmm.
she bought me food. We like on the
Okay.
bus ride home. I had her like my cheek on her shoulder. Like I was sleeping on her shoulder. Like it was very. It felt good.
I see. So she
So I
was,
didn't really go
yeah,
ahead.
she was cool then. Uh, but last time you saw her, she was giving you an attitude, disgust. Um, yeah, man. By the sounds of it, no offense to your aunt, but she sounds like she could be a real cunt sometimes. I mean, for God's sakes, how can a mother just push away her daughter and not know where she is and just not care about that? And because women are usually very close with their daughters, or at least mine is. And I know mine is. As far as I've seen for others, I've seen that too. But but yeah, I asked too because and this actually correlates perfectly well to another law of power. It's that to avoid these type of people, one of the laws says disinfection, avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. Because I'll give you an example. There was this job I used to work at, and there was this guy I used to work with. I'm not gonna name him. Um, so we'll just name him. Name him Tom.
Tom.
Tom. And so yeah, I work with Tom. I didn't think much of him. Thought he was a young kid, high college guy. But it's just that, you know, there'd be some days where he'd just be quiet, don't say much, kept to himself. But there'd be other days where he'd be like, "Oh my gosh, my life is horrible. Everything is a wreck. Oh my gosh." And I was just like, I can't deal with these kinds of guys. I can't deal with you, man. With you acting like this, because that kind of attitude, that kind of energy that you're putting off is gonna affect me. It's gonna make me feel bad. It's gonna make me think that my life ain't good the way that how you're saying it. It's gonna make me think that, oh, I'm probably upset too. You know, and it's giving off this uncomfortable energy off of that. And that was in a, but Tom's case is in a much more direct way. Because that was a specific situation where she just came out and just started bitching out of nowhere. And that just made me and everyone else around us uncomfortable. And but people do this in much more subtler ways too. You know, like they'll secretly, or no, they'll, not even secretly, but they'll overtly, you know, just tell out things about themselves. You know, wear their hearts on their sleeves, and just spout out everything and just start complaining, just start nagging, just start having a bad attitude. And I'm sure you notice too that when you listen to people like that, or when you're in the vicinity of people like that, it tends to affect you too, right? I'm sure you felt that, right?
Yeah, yes, I felt that.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why
Their
it's just,
energy.
yeah, the energy they give off, and it's just, you know, that's why it's best to avoid those types of individuals, because they will bring you down. Don't 100% bring you down, but they can also, certain people can bring you up too. Because I remember many occasions in which I was having a bad day or I felt low, but then I would just go to like a gas station or like a grocery store or a restaurant doing my thing, you know. But then the person at the front, I can tell, like, you know, whether it's a friendly old man or whether it's a beautiful woman, you know, if they have such a great attitude about them, like they're somewhat happy to serve me, it makes me happy too. It brightens up my day a bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it works both ways. It works both ways, right? And that's what the laws of powers are about, my friend. They're everywhere, and you don't even realize it.
They're everywhere. They're in everyday life. Wait,
Yes.
just curious, what company did you work for with Tom?
Tom, I was doing canvassing, my friend. Door to door
Oh,
canvas. Yeah, yeah. I was doing political surveys, going door to door. So there you knock a lot of doors too, and a lot less answers. Uh, but yeah, man. Where are the other guys though? Have you heard back from them?
yeah. Brian told me. Yeah, Brian texted me back. He said I just woke up from a nap. I'm about to have dinner. I will join next time, my friend.
Jeez.
Yeah, yeah, Brian.
Okay.
Brian. I
Right,
guess you
right.
want to
That's what he
see.
said.
The audience wants to see.
Yeah, show him the proof. You can't really read the text though. I
Oh,
just woke up from a nap and I'm about to have dinner. I will join you next time, my friend. Gotcha, amigo. All right. Well, no worries, man. If anything, we can still stay on schedule for today's subject, and that is playing the perfect courtier. Another law of power that I highly recommend you read, my friend. Um, Especially if you're like in a business where you deal with people and you have to, in a way, present yourself in a certain way, and not just in business, but in all sorts of scenarios. It's always good to play the perfect courtier because really it's just acting, and acting is an art. But But do you think that, acting like the perfect courtier means that you're deceiving in a sense because you're playing a part? So yeah, do you think that it's deceiving to be a perfect courtier, to be an actor?
So courtier means wait. So what law is that? I'm trying to find it.
The law, I think it's 24. I was listening to it earlier. I think it
Oh
was.
yeah, play the perfect courtier.
It is 24, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Ah, I knew it.
Yeah. You remember? Nice. Nice. Yes, the perfect courtier thrives in a world where everything revolves around power and politically dexterity. He has mastered the art of indirection. He flatters, yields to superiors, asserts power over others in the most oblique and graceful manner. Learn and apply the laws of courtiership, and there will be no limit to how far you can rise in the court. Oh snap!
Hmm.
So your question, Frank, was
Is Does acting like the perfect courtier mean that you're deceiving since you're playing a part?
hmm. I feel like in the workplace or okay, so this can be applied to I guess any area, but in the workplace, I guess there you want to seem like you want to get the raise or you want to start your own business. You want to seem like the go-to guy, the guy they notice, get their attention, right? So
Right.
you're gonna have to kiss some ass, or you're gonna have to get your work in front of your superiors so they know, like, oh, this guy is doing well, really, really well than others. Let's give him a raise or let's promote him, right? So, I mean,
Well, that
great.
specifically is about reputation, though.
Uh huh.
Courtiership is more about acting in certain social situations, certain social dynamics. That's really what being a courtier is it's about. It's attuning oneself to who you're speaking to. Like
Mm,
like you wouldn't talk to a grandmother to a child the same way. You won't talk to a woman the same way you talk to a man. You won't talk to a teenager the same way you'll talk to a veteran. You alter your style a bit. Play Playing off of their energies. Playing off how they reciprocate you. That's what really being the perfect courtier is all about. Cause yeah, I remember many an occasion in which I would be on somebody's door, right, and I would just be just chilling in a vibe, cool move. They'd be like, "Hey man, how you been? How you doing, man?" And I'd be like, "Hey man, I'm doing good, bro. Just chilling, vibing. It's a good day. And just keep that same energy, And then there'd be other times, so, it'd be an old lady that opened. It'd be like, "Hello, how are you? Hi." And then I'd answer, be like, "Oh, hello, ma'am. Hi, I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm Frank with so and so." I change up my tone too to match them. And bro, I gotta tell you, bro, there was this one time. This is yesterday actually, where I was walking with my partner, right? And he's like a really tall, intimidating black man. Alright? And it's like he's big too, so he's like and he had a really deep voice, so he's kind of a bit intimidating. And so we knocked on this lady's home, right? It was an old lady that came out, right? And she was like behind the screen door because she was kind of scared. And he answered, and he was like, "Hi, hello, hi, I'm so and so. This is Frank. Work with this company. You need something done?" She's like, bro, she fucking scared her, man. He fucking scared her. And she was like, "No, no." And just like inching to go away. Oh god, it was so hilarious to see in action. But no, it's like she was like genuinely terrified, mainly because of the tone that he used. All right, because it was
Monotone.
incongruent to how what she was putting out. You know what I mean?
Hey, this is Frank. You need something done? Hey, what's up, lady? We got a good deal for you, Frank and I. We could get the work done for you. Can we
Oh
come
my
inside?
gosh. Oh my gosh. And she's like scared behind the door, just like slowly closing it. Just
Did you touch? Did you give him feedback like, hey man, I think you should have changed your tone, man. You should have
of course I did. Of course I did. No, what I better, I demonstrated it too.
oh you
I
demonstrated.
demonstrated the exact tonality. He did it, and he laughed, and he was like, "All right, you got a point." uh, so yeah, the art of courtiership, it can work favorably on your end, and whatever social dynamic you're in, whether it's at a work site, whether it's at a bar, whether it's dating, whether it's whatever it may in what situation it may involve dealing with another person. Playing the perfect courtiers will always work in your favor because the courtier he's a master of his face, like he can control his face, master of his emotions. He's the source of pleasure for all, and he's not too overbearing. He allows other people to have the spotlight, to give them a chance to, you know, revel, to let loose, and to be listened to. And so, I think you'll do good in the art of courtiership, Alexis. I think you'll do fine. But I recommend you
That's
give the chapter a read, though, man, because it's very good stuff.
all right. Let me see. Law 24. Yeah, it sounds like a chameleon. Like
Yes,
you're
yes, that's exactly how they described it in the chapter. Yes, your chameleon blending. Oh, there's a story there on that chapter that talks about any newcomer who comes into Rome. If you wish to make it in the city of Rome, you have to be a chameleon. You have to tune yourself to the colors of the background, with the cultures and the spirit around you. So that's why it's always
well.
good to be adaptable and to be the perfect courtier, my friend.
You know what? That's very smart. This it reminds me of the quote by Charles Darwin. It's not the smartest or strongest who survive, but the ones that
Mm,
can adapt to the
adapt.
change
Yeah. Oh, go
of the
ahead.
environment. Yeah,
Okay.
based the change of the environment. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There's more to it, but that's a shortened version of it. There's more to it.
Mm,
I originally got that from Mr. Lopez.
Mr. Lopez? Ty Lopez?
Yeah, Ty Lopez.
Yeah. I heard from him too a long time ago. Yeah. So then, Alexis, after me telling you all this, essentially, what does the perfect courtier look like to you?
I feel like if you really commit to it, at first, I guess if you're not good at, you know, changing your tone, talking to people, socializing, um, you're gonna suck at it at first. But once you like get more experience with it, it can help you out when talking to different people of all ages and personality types. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it can probably get you, more friends. Well, people will understand you more. You can probably get more sales if you know how to, change your tone and adapt to what people like if they act, nervous. Okay, are you gonna act, hey, oh, you're gonna yell, are you raise your voice, so, or you're gonna act, talk softly and that you're not there to be hostile. You're there to just have a simple, friendly conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you when people are hostile, right? Are you gonna act hostile, or are you gonna try to be calm as well and get your point out there?
Mm-hmm.
I think if the more calm you are, I feel like I think people will hear you out more instead of trying to like be more hostile. I could be wrong on this, but I feel like the perfect courtier is calm. They're not,
Mm-hmm.
they don't get their emotions tied up when someone tells them like, "Oh, hey, your shirt looks dumb," or something like that. Like they're not gonna. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like they won't get tripped up easily as other people. They're not gonna get butt hurt so easily. You know.
Yep, you're absolutely right. One of the points there involves yeah, the perfect courtier controls his emotions. He smiles when he's upset, and he gets angry when he feels nothing, or he feels sad, even though he's feels nothing, and sympathizes and feels sad. All to communicate in a way to make the other person make sure that they are understood, make sure that he speaks to them in a way that's most pleasing to them. Cause yeah, like I just it's funny too, cause just even earlier today, um, at the beginning of my day, I was talking with this beautiful older lady, and at first I was giving her my spiel, doing what I was doing. At the end of the day, she told me like, yeah, she can't do anything now. She's a renter. I was like, all right, can't help you. Here you go. And then afterwards, as I was leaving, she still wanted to talk to me a little bit more, and she was like, you know what though? She told me, you're different. You're not like all these other salesmen. I see something in you. And I asked her like, what do you see? And she's like, you're not too pushy. It took her a while to really think about it too. She took her time. It's like, yeah, you're right, because it's just a conversation. And the thing is, though, I am trying to sell her, but I'm just so good at it. It sounds like a conversation. And that's what the perfect courtier does, my friend. He just simply attunes himself to the moods and to the other person, to their spirits. He enters their spirit and speaks to them in a way that they're most likely going to understand and reciprocate, not in a way that they're going to reject. Because and he's not also gonna be too, I believe ostentatious is the appropriate word, where it basically means like he just talks too much about himself. Like have you ever spoken with somebody and they're just like constantly just talking a lot? I mean a lot, but and most of the time it's usually something about themselves. Like have you ever been with people like that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've plenty like I had 30-minute phone conversations with family members and just talk about their life themselves and I hear them out because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I hear them out. I'm not like yeah, I'm not the person to just butt in. That's not my personality type
Mm-hmm.
usually.
Right, right. But see, the perfect courtier doesn't do that. When he calls, they'll call to talk about you. You're the star, not him. He's just there to put the spotlight on you. And I,
Uh, uh
and I think this could work out well for you too, man. Because well, in your line of work, do you end up socializing with a lot of people, or do you usually talk with the same group of people before fixing up a
uh,
home?
sometimes like yeah, I talk to like weekly. I Yeah, I mean I'll talk to like two or three new people, but it's not like constant, it's not like constantly.
Okay.
It's usually around the same group of people. but the only new people I talk to are the customers, which is like two, one, 2 or 3 once a week, or people. I go to Home Depot too. Sometimes I talk with just casual, like, hey, how you doing? At the cashier. I've even networked at a Home Depot before. I got an electrician's number, so if
Mm.
we have a lot of work, we can ask him if he can help us out. But I don't get like a constant flow like what you do, like like knocking on doors. Like I don't get like like every day. I don't meet someone new every day, you know.
I
But
see.
I do want to like change that, yeah. Or like yeah, talk to more people. But that's where Vegas comes in. That's where I can socialize more if I want to, like at this trip. But my work area, I usually just see the same people and then new customers, and then that's it for now. But um,
Mm.
you make me think about expanding my circle more.
Okay.
That's,
Can't
yeah.
hurt. It's always good to put yourself out there. And even still now, you can still be the perfect courtier to your circle that you already have. Make sure that they're well known and be a source of pleasure to all of them. So just like moths to a flame, they all fly to you. And so yeah, and there's lots of great capability in being the perfect courtier. Because you're not really seen as a bad person. And you can make up for a lot of qualities that you lack just by being somebody who's just likable, really. You know, it's great power in being that. And so,
Perfect courtier is
and I
is
think,
that? Mhm.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, is is that what if everyone tried to be the perfect courtier? Like, how would that look like? It's like, oh, hey, no, I want you to talk first. No, I want you to talk first. Because it reminds you of that book, this chapter, when you give that example, it reminds you of How to Win Friends and Influence People. There
Mm-hmm.
was a page in that book where I remember too, where these people were at a party, and the one guy, let's just say, the name's Dave and the guy's Tom, and
Mm-hmm.
Dave is listening to Tom's conversation for an hour long, talking about his life story, his plants, his garden. And after that 1 hour, he gained a friend that day, because that guy Tom is more interested in talking about himself than he is listening to Dave talking about his himself. Because as humans, I guess we're selfish people. At some
Mm-hmm.
level, we are.
Yep.
So, but that's how you win, because you listen to them and like, oh, this guy actually listened to me. He's actually liking what I say. So he made a friend that day, but just he didn't even talk at all. He didn't have to talk. He just listened to him, responded if he needed to, and that was that. That was how that whole conversation went.
Mm-hmm.
The
Talk.
perfect salesman, the introverted salesman.
Mm-hmm. You talk to a man about himself, and he will listen for hours.
Do
I
you
think that
do,
was
do you
also. Go
I
ahead.
don't know if this is true or not, but do you think, well, I think you're probably going to ask something, but do you think the introvert is the better salesman or than the extrovert, or it doesn't matter to you, like who is, you know?
Mm. Introvert versus extrovert. I mean, honestly, nah, I think an extrovert would make up for a much better salesman. And the introvert, he would have to definitely come back on his introvert qualities too, and be more of an ambivert, bit of a hybrid between the two. But he will have to cut off a bit of his introvert qualities. Um, because extroverts, I believe they're a lot more. engaging, a lot more charismatic for the most part, and they're a lot more engaging. But introverts do have that, good skill of listening too, and being perspicacious as well, noticing small details. So this is just a combination of the two, really. But if I were to tell which sells more than the other, I would say extroverted. Yeah, mainly because to give an example, I just think of Jordan Belfort, really, and his style of communication. Because you ever notice how he talks? He's like very fast, outgoing. He's lots of sales. Discounts. Hey, buy this, buy now. You know what I mean? From one point to another. Yeah, that could be kind of insane after a while to listen to. But yeah, man.
The perfect courtier. So do you think he's a perfect courtier, or is there a different label you want to say to Jordan Belfort, or what would you?
I mean, yeah, I consider him the perfect courtier. Yeah, I do because well, for one thing, he knows how to fucking sell, and I think part of being a good salesman is being the perfect courtier. Is being able to read, understand people, have them listen, make them feel good, make them laugh, be a source of pleasure to them. Make sure whenever they're around you, they're the star. Talk to them about themselves. They'll think that interests them the most. They don't want to hear about you. They don't want to hear about your life, where you're coming from. No, they want to talk about themselves. And you're there to listen. You're a listening ear for them. They'll tell you everything. That's perfect courtier, my friend. And there's a great power in this. And I guess to take anything practical from this, it's just that really, I'd say that to really be a good courtier, you must first be a good listener. You must learn to keep your ego at bay and not think about too much about yourself when you're talking with another person. You give them your attention, and that you be calm as well. You don't get too overly emotional on certain things. You're able to control your emotions for the most part and direct them in a way to make the other person feel whatever you want them to feel. You want them to feel calm, comfortable, at ease with you. The perfect courtier knows how to accustom himself to that situation. So really good chapter for you.
The rewards are good. So, like in terms of social life, sounds like they have a good social life. It sounds like they have a good. Is there any drawbacks? I know you're good, but do you think, in your opinion, Frank, is there any drawbacks of being the perfect courtier? Because there's no such thing as perfect in this. Well, I think in this world.
You know what? That's a very interesting question, and I'll be right back. Hold on. I'm gonna get the answer.
So you gotta play little devil's advocate. You gotta play a little devil's advocate because.
All right. Now look. Oh, I got my copy right here. Right here. See, it's a little messed up, so I had to tape it up right here. Ripped it up.
Whoa.
Yeah, but reading it too much.
Damn, dude, we should get Robert Greene on the podcast, man. Holy shit.
Bruh.
Dude, we need you to visit him one day. Holy shit.
That's a game changer, homie. That's a game changer. To talk to Robert Greene? Holy. Gosh. Huh. You know what's funny? There's no reversal to this law. There's no reversal.
Huh.
There's no reversal. It doesn't even say that there is no reversal. Okay, this is very interesting. All right. So, you said then, what are the drawbacks of being a perfect courtier?
Yeah. So in this case, huh? Hmm.
Okay, so as far as drawbacks go, the only real drawbacks you're gonna get are envy and disgust from other courtiers that are wanting to get what you want. These are the other employee co-workers that you have that want the promotion. These are the other men who want the girl that you're dating. These are the other, other people who want who you want, who don't possess your skill, who don't possess your poise and your character. Those are really the real drawbacks, because otherwise there's no real reversal in just being a likable person to be around, that other people like to be around. There's no real reversal other than just envy from other people. That's really about it, really. Why do
And
you think there's any reversals, any drawbacks, dangers?
yeah, I think so yeah, when you give me an idea too, so like when you and then if you try to if you care what others think, then that could probably prevent you from being the perfect courtier. Because if once they get envy, you're like, oh, start hating on you, and and then you stop, improving, you stop adapting. You're like, oh, maybe they're right. Maybe I gotta stop. I do think maybe there's one maybe drawback, maybe uh,
Okay.
because I feel like once you have a lot of wins, I guess maybe your ego might go too high, and then that's where like you might like lose. Well, I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. You might not feel like compassionate if you get too many wins. I feel like maybe that'll. It's not bad, but I'm trying to see. I'm trying to think of a legit reason. Ego might get too high, and then you might get cocky, and people might not see you, as like they're gonna get jealous and stuff. But I
Hmm.
feel like you might be. I don't know. You might not attract the right amount of people around you the first couple times. Eventually you will, but I feel like it can be a lonely road because to become the perfect courtier, I feel like too, because yeah, not a lot of people are willing to do the work to become that. So it might be a lonely road unless you find the right amount of people, the right like-minded people to get there. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Because the reason why we like Ty is because he's a perfect courtier as well. I like his.
He did courted me as well, and you. He seduced
Yeah,
us to
yeah,
buying his
yeah,
products.
yeah. Buying his products. Um, of course, then people hated him, right? Yeah, there's haters, um, but that's just part of the game, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, they're trying to be the man that once you become this well adapted social person, then you can you get the money, uh,
You get the
any
power,
amount of money you want, the power,
and then you get
and
the
the
women.
women.
That's why you got to make
So,
your own moves.
but yeah, it's not easy, but yeah, it's definitely I think it's worth it. And as long as you don't like because you might get, like I said, ego rush and you stop learning, maybe. I don't know. I could be
Mm.
wrong. Like you think you have these so many wins, but then you forget like um what's in a good example? Like I don't know, something at work, and you're trying to get that raise, but you feel like, oh, all I have to do is just talk my way into it. But it's not just talking; it's also like doing the work, right? Um, Belfort talks, but he can back it up with his products, right? Yeah, he has good products, right? I think he's still like his books, right? His sales courses,
Mm-hmm.
other stuff he sold. Yeah, you can sell, you can talk, but if you can't deliver the product as well, if you don't, do the work, then you'll be known as just the good talker or the good listener, but you can't back it up. That's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to say. I
Okay.
don't know if
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hearing what you're saying, man. I'm getting it. Because yeah, being perfect courtier, there's great power in it because really the greatest form of power that we humans possess is social. To have this kind of social power by being the perfect courtier means that we can align ourselves with any circle, with any culture, with any affiliation, with any religion, with any country, with any ethnicity. We just become a chameleon and we blend in with any environment that we're in, with any group of people that we're in. And there's a great power in that. To be able to just go through the social realm and to be able to speak with, and to not only speak with, but also gain the approval of anybody or most people. Because honestly, realistically, not everyone is gonna fall into your courtiership. They're not gonna fall into your seduction. Okay, they're not gonna. They're not that. You can't seduce all the people all the time. But the many that you can, by having the skill of courtiership, by being courteous, by being listening, by being compassionate, and by just being a likable person to be around, you gain great power. You gain great influence in the social realm, and could help you out for generations to come, man. So yeah, I'd love to hear more about your thoughts on this after you read it, of course. After you read the chapter.
All right,
Yeah.
Frank. Yeah.
Oh, and also to another point, you mentioned earlier, you were absolutely right in your last point. One of the downsides of being a good courtier is you gain a big ego, and the cause of that ego will make you go further and further, and not really knowing when to stop. And that's actually another law of power. As a matter of fact, much later in the book, it says don't push too far in victory. Know your limits. Know when to stop. So there's actually another law that perfectly can reverse the effects of your ego for that law. Um, but yeah, man, it's really interesting stuff, man. Because at the end of the day, this, the fucking the world is a stage, man. The world is a stage, and we are all actors in it. We all play our part in this. Because, Alexis, have you played your role in this farce of life well enough?
No, 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 I haven't. No.
My friend, the stage is the world is a stage, and as an actor, you can play whatever role you want to fit into. Whether it be a man with morals and principles, whether it be a man of high character and power, or whether it be a beggar, we all have a choice. We all have to choose what role we want to be played on in this grand stage that we call humanity, that we call life, that we call human nature, really, because that's really all this is. Because we're all actors in some way or another. The only people who genuinely act authentically themselves all the time are usually autistic people, or people with Down syndrome, or some sort of mental disorder, mental condition. And typically, those people don't attain high positions of power. So that's why it's important to sometimes suppress certain opinions too about ourselves. Like, oh, like one thing that the perfect courtier never does is he never insults somebody's taste or intelligence. Those are the two things you never insult somebody on. It's unforgivable because you, yeah, like if they like a certain song, they like a certain genre. The perfect courtier is not like, nah, it's not that good. I like this one. It's better than that. Or like, nah, you got bad taste in music. It's not that great. Nah. Or like, nah, you're stupid, man. Why don't, man, you're just so dumb for saying that. Or for liking this. Only dumb people like this. That's not what the perfect courtier does. He bites his tongue, or he'll be like, yeah, that's actually pretty good. I might get into this. Or yeah, you know what? That's interesting. I might keep an eye out for that. You know what I'm saying, Alexis? Yeah.
Yeah, Frank. Sounds like they're very agreeable, like to what they don't try to be opposed. They try to be on the same page every time. Like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, that's cool. I didn't think about that, but it's something I'll keep in mind. Interesting. Uh-huh.
Yeah. For the most part. For the most part, you are agreeable. Granted, there are times, of course, you would have to distinguish yourself, you know, and if maybe say something about yourself every now and then. If you feel certainly strong about certain subjects, you know, it's good to reveal a little of it, but not too much, before it comes to overbearing. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, the perfect courtier, he's very agreeable. He's very, open-minded. Doesn't judge, openly at least. In secret, maybe, but not openly. And he always remains as a source of pleasure to all around him, or her too. Yeah, women can be courtiers as well, because they're very good at attracting attention. And yeah,
Yeah.
very very interesting stuff, man. Like I've been like literally like just been really studying this book, man, and like reading the laws and like just trying to understand it, uncover its secrets, man. There's great potential in this book, man. There's huge potential in the world of power, man. There's a whole lot in there.
Thank you for teaching me, Frank. I learned a lot from you, Frank. Let me see. Let me see.
Thank you, my
There's a
friend.
thing called Mastery by Robert Greene. I don't know if you've heard of that book.
I do. I actually have it too.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah, I do. I have it too.
Yeah.
Right over there. Yeah, that one's good too. I have to read it again. And you know what though? I was actually thinking about that book when I was asking you if you want to take up the other trades, because great masters who put in their 10,000 hours and they search other areas that are similar to their trade usually end up combining them in a sense to make something just absolutely remarkable, absolutely amazing. But they pick these other trades and they like just kind of sort them together. Because there was a story there about I think it was a woman who was a scientist, and no, she was no, she was a robotic engineer, and like she wanted to make like the perfect robotic hand, but she was like really in depth in studying about just the regular human hand and biology. And I think she even went so far as to get a degree in that. But yeah, but the point is that like great masters are people the ones who are able to incorporate different aspects from different skills and traits they have and put them together to make something just absolutely remarkable and original. So
Interesting. So is this just like trades or also like what is it called? The one term, the intangible. So like mixing different
intangibles.
virtues you have, like let's like things you don't see, you know, like discipline, um, punctuality, sincerity, charismatic, communication, soft skills, um,
Mm,
you know, persistence, um, uh,
mm,
mindfulness, like these skills, right? These skills, like you don't see it, but those skills that you possess, you combine them together, that's that person's gonna be it's gonna go far in life versus someone that's like sloth, you know,
mm,
bad mouth, you know, talks, complains, or they gossip, right? Right? Are they're not persistent, um, stuff like that. You know, those are the pathways of bad mastery, right? You're mastering the wrong things in life
mm,
versus trying to master. But those, I mean, those can make you money, but you know, what I in the beginning, you know, like okay, communication or for example, in sales, right? If you have that skill, yeah, you can master it, or you know, paying attention to detail, right? Building something, right? Paying attention to detail, um, right? So mastering, yeah, those are just like
mhm,
skills you don't really see, but as in terms of mastering a skill, like a trade, let's say back to the construction industry, trade,
mhm,
uh, you know, electrician, yeah, it's something you know, if I master it, nice, but I would rather be because I notice the people that you know make money in that industry are the ones that unless you once you master it, you can make good money in that trade. Like if you join the union and stuff. But
mhm,
I feel like I'm the type of guy that I do want to at least once. I want to be the guy that gets the you know contracting license and delegates tasks and see how you know I
mhm,
can how far I can go in that
mhm.
position. Um, want
So
to
supervisor.
master that role, huh? Yeah, like a supervisor. Cause uh, because why not? I don't know. I feel like that's what I would like to do. Um, you know,
Mm,
mastering that versus trying to master just nothing wrong with that trade or skill, but it's just something I wanted to, you know, do and master before time goes on. And then which I master a good skill, but then comes the what if? What if I mastered or had more experience with this skill of, you know, of
mm.
delegating or, you know,
So
taking charge.
where you want to be is you want to have others do the work for you and you take the credit. Is that what you're wanting, Alexis? From what I'm hearing?
Well, sounds like it, yeah. If you know, if I can pull it off, it won't be easy. You know, it won't be easy. I'll tell you that much. But you know, if
But hey, you'll have some
also,
help.
oh yeah,
You'll have some help.
from Robert Greene,
Hmm.
and I mean, like, there's people out there that you know are in sales roles, right? Um, and they make let's say 200K a year, right? Even though the company they work for, they take the credit for it. They're still paying you a good salary, let's just say, right? So I guess you know not everyone you know wants to you know be the you know the guy that has others work for them and they take the credit for it. You got to know yourself too,
Hmm.
it
Yep.
reminds me back to like the other day because one of my friends he told me that I won't say any names, but he said one of because he has a landscaping company and he had it for his friend had it for I don't know 2 or 3 years or so, and then he recently went bankrupt in his
Oh
business.
shit.
And so now he's working for my other friend in his landscaping company. He's an employee now. So I don't know what happened. I don't know, but he
Damn.
just told me he went bankrupt, and then I'm like, oh shoot. So yeah, it didn't remind me. But I don't know why, but what Ty was saying, how like you should know you can make money doing both, like being an entrepreneur or an employee. Like take for example Microsoft's Steve Ballmer, right, the CEO.
Okay.
He's a billionaire. He became a billionaire through Microsoft. He was a CEO, but he wasn't the guy who invented it. He was a
Right.
perfect, well, you know, I guess he was a perfect courtier because I guess you have to know how to talk to be the CEO. You got to communicate, right? You got to
Mm-hmm.
know how to adapt to situations, right?
Of course you can. I mean, he didn't build Microsoft computers. He didn't build a company. He came in after the fact. So of course there was a good decent amount of ass kissing and smoozing to be able to get to his position.
Yeah, but like Bill Gates, let me take you out on to a restaurant, so whatever, right? Let me give you your favorite your favorite food, man. Well, let me give you massage. Let me massage those nerdy shoulders. No, I'm just
Oh.
kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, I'm sure he wasn't that out front with it. Probably,
No,
if he's really a perfect courtier, he did it in much more subtler ways. Because moves like that makes it pretty obvious that you're trying to kiss ass. You know, because
like how would uh,
even another quality that the perfect courtier has is that he's very frugal with his flattery. Like like even too much of a good thing is too much. Like if you tell a girl that she's beautiful too many times, she's gonna be like, whatever. It's gonna carry less weight. But if it's sporadic, if it is frugal, and if the genuines you give the other person are genuine and specific and talk to a very specific aspect to that person, they're gonna feel it a whole lot more than you just giving that compliment on a consistent basis, on a regular basis. You know what I mean? So yeah, the
okay.
CEO, you said Steve Ballmer? That's his name, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve Ballmer.
Alright. Yeah, Steve Ballmer,
Yeah.
more than likely, he probably very indirect with his power plays, and when he gave out the compliments, he gave them very frugally, very specifically, and of course, I'm sure he worked his way up the company too. I mean, you got to in that situation. He proved himself worthy to everybody else around him, and so yeah, man, that's the power of being the perfect courtier. It can make you the fucking CEO of a goddamn multi-billion-dollar company. That is the power that we as humans have, we as social animals have. Is this the power to influence, the power to persuade, and the power to be the perfect courtier? And with all that said, Alexis, I appreciate you coming on here, man. Now, before we head off, though, any last message to the people that are listening?
I just want to say thank you, Frank, for enlightening conversation. I'm definitely gonna read that chapter. You motivated me now to learn more about the art of basically just social skills, and I guess anyone can learn, even if you're introvert, extrovert, and like anyone
Mm-hmm.
can learn from this and apply it to their life. So yeah, be open minded too, right? They're open minded, right? The perfect, yeah,
Very
open
much so.
minded. Yeah. Okay.
Even though they believe nothing, they will still keep an open mind.
So he's saying they're attached to nothing.
No, 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 no. Really, I say that they will not be. They'll listen to your opinion. They'll be open minded, but in the back of their minds, they'll be like, "Nah, this person's wrong." They'll just never say it. if they want to charm you.
Mm, yeah, that's how I am. That's how, yeah, I don't tell someone directly, "Oh, you're wrong," and this is why. No, I don't usually don't even.
Yeah,
That's,
especially if you're trying to persuade them or if you're trying to sell them. Yeah, it's not something it's not something you should tell them. but uh, but yeah, all right, Alexis. Where can the people find you, man?
yes, Frank. So if people can find me on my Instagram, Alex Guzman B,
Yeah,
and yeah, that's the main social channel I use. So you can find me there on Instagram.
okay. On Instagram. All right. Well, you can find me on YouTube, The Masculine Edge. I got 3 channels. The first YouTube channel, Masculine Edge, talk all things about masculinity, the red pill, and truth philosophy. Second is Modern Female Nature. We talk about women, dating, relationships. And the last one, where this is being published, is the Hustlers Wealth Center, which we discuss all things money, entrepreneurship, investing, and sometimes power too. So with all that said, man, Alexis, yeah, man, it's been great talking to you again, man. But I gotta get some rest, man. I've got sleep in the morning, and it's getting late. So yeah, let's try to pick this up again next week. Hopefully with the other guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a talk with. I'm gonna see Brian this weekend, hopefully. So
Okay.
Let's see what's up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push
Awesome.
him.
There you go. Push them. We can have more of these chats. The people want it, man. There's views. We'll give it to them. They need this message. They need our
Yes, everyone
insights.
subscribe to his channel because we bring value to the table, and yeah, things we don't really see in the school system is what we're telling you what to do in real life so you can have a better life for yourself and future generations to come.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That part. But with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll end it right there. Thank you all for watching, and I wish you all a beautiful day.